or a bear?
It's because a man done did something to her.
The bear's not gonna.
So men have been.
Men are the most horrible
Men are the problem.
Men.
Men leave.
Are men trash?
men or a bear?
It's because a man done did something to her.
The bear's not gonna.
So men have been.
Men are the most horrible creatures.
Men are the problem.
Men.
Men leave.
Are men trash?
Men or a bear?
It's because a man done did something to her.
The bear's not gonna.
So men have been.
Men are the most horrible creatures.
Men are the problem.
Yo, bros, what's up, everyone? Happy holidays to everyone. Happy holidays. Hope you all have a decent holiday, even if you are alone, right? I hope the best for you. I hope that you are content. I hope you are happy. I hope you're doing well. So I hope everything is going well for you guys. All right. Just checking up on everything. Yeah. So, I hope you guys all have a good holiday today. As you can see, I spent this holiday pretty much on my own. It is what it is. I spent a little bit with my daughter. I gave her a present, so that was nice. That was cool. But essentially, it's just by myself. And I think it's perfect that the live stream lands on today, where I know if any of you guys are alone for today, know that I'm here. I'm here for you guys. I love you guys. I support you guys. I feel for you guys. So I understand. Know that you're not completely alone. Although, I'm not there with you guys right now, I still care. You guys are here with me watching this live. We can watch things together. We can react together. We can chill. We can talk. So, it's not completely alone, right? It's not completely alone, 100% alone. So hopefully, that's a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a, I don't know what a gap, a little bit of a comforting thought. Nothing much. I'm no one special, okay? But still, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining. I wish you guys all well. So, spend the Christmas, spend the holiday, and just chill together, talking like friends, watching shit, just shooting the shit, and watching some random stuff, watching some interesting videos. I think might be interesting videos, so, I think that would be fun. But yeah, as always, let's get started. All right, bros, let's get started with a Kendra G video. Let's check it out. Yo, whiskey, solitude ain't that bad. It ain't. It's not the worst thing in the world. I definitely agree to that. But I hope you feel not 100% alone. We are here together. So, don't think that no one's thinking about you, because this brother here is thinking about you guys. All right. We are here all together. So, but thank you, whiskey. All right, let's get started. Let's watch some hilarious, delusional women. I think that's interesting, right? Cuts up with the boredom, so let's watch.
Ready? I love this. Oh, good light, camera, sound. This is what I'm talking about. What's your name, baby girl? The lady's been on point tonight. They were on point on TikTok. I love this. How do you say your name, love?
Constance.
Constance. Where you calling me from?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. How old are you?
I'm 34. How do you think about it?
34?
Yes.
What you do for a living?
I do marketing and graphic design.
Marketing. My pants dying. Graphic design. You have any kids?
I have one boy.
How old's your
He
son?
is 5 going on 35.
5. Why you not with the dad?
We were married, and he had an affair. And I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna try to work it out, but he didn't do right, so I left.
Okay. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. When did you get a divorce?
We divorced about 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Okay. So your child was what, 1?
He was 2.
2. Okay. And what's your zodiac sign, Constance?
I'm a Taurus.
Taurus, when's your birthday?
May 20th.
Oh, almost. I May 7th. All right.
Okay.
Taurus gang, you know it's the best sign. Don't play with it.
Yo, Whiskey. I have my dog, Gracie. Gracie was a gift from God. I do believe that. You know, sometimes I go back and forth if I want a pet, because I work so much. I think I don't have so much time for a pet. But a lot of people in my life have been telling me you should get a pet. You should get a pet, bro, because you know it takes up that loneliness. So I do agree it would, but I just think that I wouldn't have enough time for a pet. So, but that's amazing. It's awesome that you excuse me. It's awesome that you have some, a dog. Those are man's best friend indeed.
It is.
All right, so we got Constance, Oklahoma, 34, Taurus. Is a mom, divorced. She works in marketing, graphic design. Let's do it. I love that you're ready. You got a good light. You don't understand how much I love this girl. What kind of man you looking for?
Now, it is terrible that she, wanted to work with her husband, but it couldn't work out. But I've said this before, that one red flag I've always seen in women is that the type of men they choose. You chose the type of man that would cheat on you, would cheat on his wife, and would pretty much be a bad representation of a husband and a father. So, bit on you for choosing that type of man.
I want someone funny, because I'm funny. I can't carry the relationship. It can't just be on me. So, charismatic for sure. God-fearing. I want a man that can lead. I don't know.
A man that can lead. We'll listen to more, but a lot of times I think that women can't handle men that can lead. So let's see the things she was saying. But I honestly think that women can't really handle the type of men that are leadership type of men. So
I know I want a good man, but everyone does. So I want a good, loyal man that I can bring to my parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your deal breakers?
Excessive smoking and drinking. I don't smoke or drink at all. I've never smoked or drank, so I don't demand for someone else to not smoke or drink, because I understand that can be hard for people. But just too much is a deal breaker. A liar. I'm a very transparent person, so liars are number one. I guess that's it. I don't want someone with a whole bunch of baby mamas. That's a deal breaker for sure. Okay. I think that's about it.
All right. And what about, those are your deal breakers. Should he look a certain way?
Good. I want a fine man. Ethnicity doesn't matter. You want someone that is attractive. I don't want to say you want the one that everyone wants, but you want a man who's going to turn heads and that can accept that attention and not be, out there.
And I go.
This is a thing where I recently said this on TikTok, that women's healing journey is foolish. Now, I'm not saying that women should get a man that's completely ugly, but shouldn't be that big of a concern. Like, I want a man that's fine. I want a man that turns head. Well, let's put it logically in her kind of situation. Her most likely her husband could have turned heads. How did that went? How did that went? He could turn heads and he cheated on you. I'm not saying, oh, get with the most ugly man in the world, but looks shouldn't be the biggest thing, in my opinion. I'm not saying, again, here's my thing where I've done it before, where I view it as long as you're just average. I mean, it's like, I feel like it's the difference between as long as you're not ugly, between the difference between as long as you're fine or you can turn heads. Those are different things. I feel like just be average. But for me, I care more about the personality. How you treat me is more important than how you look. Okay, it's kind of like a balance scale. Depends on how good you look. If you don't look, I mean, you better be treating me like amazingly. So I prefer, like, I'd rather you treat me amazingly than, you know, the scale being more that you're fine. You're turning heads. Because I've gotten with some women that are like 7s and 8s before, and it's nice that, you know, she can turn heads, but it's like they didn't treat me all that great. So it you know, it wasn't the end all to be all. Yo, Whiskey, I've had the privilege of having 4 dogs in my life. Sam, Shepherd Mix, Jax, Dobie Mix, Bert, Shepherd Mix, Gracie, Westie, Bulldog. All lived for 15 plus years. I cried when they passed. Whew. I had my ex, she was devastated when her dogs died. So I get it. I get the feeling. So, but they lived a long life. It looks like they lived a long life. So, you know, that's what you should cherish. Yo, Joss, thank you for stopping by, bro.
Go after it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you say you're open to ethnicities.
Yeah.
Was your husband black?
No, he's Vietnamese.
Oh, okay.
So I have a Malaysian baby.
Okay.
Yo, her husband was Vietnamese. Bro, that's foul. Foul on that bro. Foul on that man. Oh, I'm Vietnamese, okay? For any of you guys didn't know, I'm Vietnamese. So that's man. No, I don't. I definitely, that bro. Not cool at all. Not cool at all, bro. You know, I was hoping that we just got started, bro. We just got started, so you didn't miss too much. Yeah, her ex-husband being Vietnamese, that's disappointing that he cheated on her. It was disappointing. That brother's disappointing. But this is the thing where I've always said this. The problem with how women vet is not about the race of a man. It's not about how tall he is, what he looks like, how much money he makes. None of those factors equate to being a good man. Equate to being a morally sound man. None of those equate to being a good man. I have a friend, which we haven't been that type of friends lately, but he, you know, even though he's Asian, he's not the most morally sound man. He's a great guy. He's a great guy, great friend, but he's not the most morally sound man when it comes to relationships. So again, those factors do not equate a good man. And a lot of women, they go for men with these superficial traits. How good he looks, his talking game, how funny he is, how charming he is, and you think that these men would be loyal. You think these men are morally sound. It's not. So that's something that women need to understand. But yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in that, bro.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
I mean, yes. Yes, I would love to be a stay-at-home wife. But I know in this economy that's asking a lot. So I guess maybe I don't know. I don't want to put a cap on it, because if he is not making a lot, but he's the man of my dreams, I wouldn't want to turn him away, you know?
Okay.
I don't know. He gotta make something though, because I'm kind of spoiled.
She's kind of spoiled. Okay. So no number, but you do well.
Please.
Okay. Please.
No,
Let's get
rappers, or he's trying to start his career. But I have such a huge heart. I feel like if I see the potential in him, I'm like, okay, well, we got to get you an LLC, and but I don't want to fix every man I'm with. So can he have his stuff together? Is all I'm asking.
All right, have it together.
Oh, I had a subscribe or a follower gave me a question that he said, I want to he was thinking if he should give a woman allowance, i.e. how much, spoiling a woman. Okay, he wanted to talk. He asked me a question about spoiling women, and I answered him like, one of the things that you have to understand, when you spoil women, it's dangerous territory. It is dangerous territory. So one of the things I said that, you gotta judge it by your, how big your pockets are. And the best thing for a man who wants to spoil a woman, because a lot of men do want to spoil a woman, it is to be measured with how you spoil women. I will always say that go slow. In the beginning, go slow. Because if outright, right at the beginning of the relationship, you spoil her so bad and she's like a queen, like a princess, you're not going to be able to turn that faucet down. You're not going to be able to turn that lever down. Because then now you have to keep that shit up. Because now women are expectant of that level of spoilage. They're expectant of that level. So my advice, the abridged version, is that just if that's what you want, really go slow about it. Because spoiling a woman is it's a one-way direction. You can't just all of a sudden dip down, because then you're changing how they feel about you. And when women change how they feel, it's not a good feeling. It's not a good thing.
Should he be in Oklahoma?
Yeah. Can he move to Oklahoma? I don't feel like my husband's in Oklahoma, but I want him to be open to moving, because
What is that? What is S? What is that? SCTV Christmas. I don't know what that is. Okay, I can play it for a little bit. Let's finish this video. Let's finish this video first, and then let's check out this SCTV Christmas thing. We'll check it out. I'm open to requests tonight. Definitely any night.
My ex-husband might not have been a good husband, but he's a phenomenal father, and I think that that's really selfish of me to move me and my child away from him. So I would like to stay here because of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, if it gets serious, he has to be open to moving to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Kendra Cam, I don't think that you're around. Wait, this is my lounge area. I mean, my lounge outfit. Okay.
Okay. All right. Ooh, we see you, girl. So, Constance, when was your last relationship?
My last relationship ended this summer. I found out he was lying to me. And I mean, I get, some people tell a little white lie. I understand that, I get that not everyone is perfect, but he lied and told me that his baby mama was dead. And I was so sad. I know. I was so sad for his child. And I was telling my family to pray for the loss of this, baby, because she just lost her mama and it's her senior year. I was so sad about it. And I found out that she wasn't dead at all. And his excuse was, she's dead to me. It hurt my feelings so bad, because he had potential to be wonderful, but that I just felt like that was a very pointless lie, and I feel like if you lie about that, you'd lie about anything.
Yeah, that's not only is a pointless lie. I won't say if it's pointless. It's that character that was revealed. The fact that he said the woman who brought his child into this world is dead and she's alive. That's dangerous, child.
He said a brain aneurysm too. He didn't just say that. I mean, he put the whole story. Like it was a.
How did you find out she wasn't dead?
Girl, his phone ended up getting stolen or something. Something happened, and so I reached out to his brother's girlfriend, and I'm like, guys, I'm worried. I haven't heard from him, and so I'm like, you need to reach out to the girl's mom because he was visited a daughter, whatever. The brother's girlfriend was like, well, I'll just text Jessica, and I'm like, girl, Jessica dead. She's been dead since April. Like, what are you talking about? She was like, she's not dead. I'm like, yes, she is. Like, I promise she did. Because why would he lie about that? So anyway, long story short, girl, she is very much alive.
And when you talked to him, what was his excuse? Because he gave you a full story.
Dead to me. He was like, oh.
Okay, but that to me doesn't, but how did you get the aneurysm and all that?
He basically made it seem like they had a toxic relationship, which I'm sure that they do. But I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I can't even, it was so red flaggy to me that I just immediately backed up. And I was just like, whoa, this is not husband material. I can't, I can't. So I just respect.
She's 34.
Respectfully.
Yeah, that's
broke up with him.
Crazy. That's crazy. All right. You don't have.
Yo, Whiskey. You've been one of the biggest super chatters. You didn't really have to do that, but thank you, bro. I will be showing this SCTV Christmas special after this video. Okay, so check that out.
The answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I don't want to answer that.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Well, we already know that she recently had intimacy with somebody.
I have a hard time saying no. I feel like I'm a people pleaser. And that's, that's not all that good. So definitely that. Sometimes I'm too nice. I feel like a lot of people take advantage of, well, dang, I probably shouldn't be saying that on a dating app because I don't need nobody, taking this and using it against me. But I am working on saying no, and I understand that no is a complete sentence, and I don't have to give an explanation why. So I'm definitely working on that. And probably late. I am always late. It is not okay, and I promise I'm working on it, but I just don't really have a concept of time. And I'll be like, okay, I need to get up and get ready, and leave in 30 minutes, and then 28 minutes, then I get up and get ready. So I need to work on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm phenomenal. I am. I feel like, I don't know. I have this trait where I'm good at everything that I do. So I just feel like I overachieve at every single thing that I do. I'm an entrepreneur. I am a phenomenal mother.
Egotistical. Sounds egotistical. This is a thing where she just said she's phenomenal. Yet her husband cheated on her. How great of a wife are you? How great of a catch are you when a man would cheat on you? He didn't want you. This is a thing where a lot of women need to rein that ego in. Because honestly, your history, your dating history has proven how great of a person you are, how great of a partner you are. Because a lot of women don't understand, when you're still single in the dating market, the men that you chose to be with couldn't stand the test of time. A lot of times it shows that you are lacking of a partner. I'm not saying completely, but you're not as great as you assume you are. Especially when she's saying she's phenomenal. It's like she's really hyping herself up to a degree where you're going above and beyond. And to say that you are amazing, an amazing partner, yet you have yet to have a partner that stand the test of time with you. especially when the man that you married, who the father of your child, didn't want to be with you. You know, that's something that women need to understand. And it showed you that maybe you're not as great as you think you are.
I'm the president of the PTSO. I don't know. I feel so passionate about everything that I do that I can pour into whomever that I'm with. I'm a good cook. And I don't know. I think any guy that I'm with will be lucky for sure.
Woo! Any guy that gets
Not her husband. And this is a thing where, I mean, it could be a lot of things. I mean, it's not like she's saying it. Could be wasn't getting enough sex. Could be she's nagging. I mean, she may be very demanding. She's maybe annoying to be around. She may be she could be controlling herself. So magnitude of reasons, but it shows her history shows it's very counterintuitive. It's very counter to the thing she's saying, how amazing she is. Any man would be lucky, yet the men she's been with didn't want to be with her for long.
So would be lucky. Do you want more kids?
Not really. My son wants a sibling, and I always say we're gonna find a good man with children. We're gonna have a blended family because I don't know. I don't know.
So would you date a guy with kids?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So you know the request is you don't want any more kids, and that's fine. And you want this man, if potentially, so this will be the man that you're requesting. You don't want to have any more kids, so he should have a kid. But if he has a kid, he has to be open to moving himself and the kid to Oklahoma and getting a job in Oklahoma.
If he...
I like that. Kendra showed her hypocrisy there. I like that. Kendra just showed this woman's hypocrisy. So this man, this like she wants a leader, yet she's pretty much asking for a follower. That's the insanity. You want a man that leads, and you want to be a stay-at-home mom and shit like that, yet you want a man to move to you. You want a man to uproot his life to come to you.
Yeah, that's asking a lot, huh?
Well, I just think that when people speak, you got to think of all the things, right? Not saying it's impossible, but I understand.
Oh, and I do, in personal opinion, I really do think it's not the greatest thing when, you only have one child. Kids can get lonely. So having one child is, never the greatest in my opinion. It's better to at least have two.
Your point of view is you want a man. You don't want to. You want to still, even though you're not with your ex-husband, you don't want to take your child away. But this could become a challenge. I mean, your best bet is to meet a man that's already in Oklahoma, right? So this way he's not uprooting his life. Yeah. But the request is you want a man that's willing to move to Oklahoma. So it'd be one thing if you were open to having more kids and then maybe I'll start your own family. But you don't want any more kids.
Let me not say that, because I feel like, I mean, if I find my husband and he want more kids, why would I say no to that? I love being a mom. So I guess that is kind of selfish of me to say I don't want no more kids because but I don't know. I guess I'd be open to that if it's the right one. Like if we have a successful, healthy marriage, then I'd be okay with that. But
I do think women are too picky. They put too many barriers on themselves. Women put so many barriers on themselves that make dating so much harder.
So are you always gonna live around your child's father?
I mean, I guess until he gets old enough, and go off to college. But I don't know. I just feel like I feel like there are so many people who wish they had the type of support that I have, with my child's father. We have a very good co-parenting relationship. He gets my kid. I mean, honestly, we fight over that. Like, can I please have my son? Because he's an active dad. So I just feel like that would be so selfish of me to take that away. I don't know.
What?
Sometimes I have a friend, okay? His girl, he sounds pretty much like this guy, where his girlfriend opened up their relationship for her husband, my friend. She opened up the relationship so he can have more women too. They have done, you know, he's very happy with the woman he has because she satisfies him a lot in many kind of ways. She's make the relationship very fun for him. So I don't know, depending on the type of man you have, maybe some women have to do that. You know, maybe some women have to introduce other women into the relationship. So I don't know.
It's something you just gotta, I mean, it's definitely gonna interfere with your options of men because, you know.
Why her ex-husband sounds like well, her husband cheated on her. That's why. That's why she couldn't continue. I think he he probably was the type of man that wanted variety. You know, this is the thing where I think some women have to understand the type of man you get. I think, in my personal opinion, she chose the type of man that was the type of man. I honestly believe she chose the player. She chose to marry the player, the bad boy, the man that would turn heads, the man that attracts women. She chose that type of man. So, since you chose the player, you know, even if the player turns into a good guy or turns into a good father or supposedly a good husband, you can't take the game out of the player. You can't take the game out of the player. So what a friend of mine did was she introduced women into his life. That's the thing where she knew that, you know what, that's the type of man he is. He was a player. This man had like a body count, probably a couple hundred. Before she even met him, he had a body count of a couple hundred. So, you know, you chose the player. Honestly, you know, you can't take the game out of the player. So what she did to fix the issue is that she introduced women into the marriage. So, you know, sometimes women gotta understand the type of man they choose.
There might be a man that might be into you, but he might want you to move to him or wherever the case.
No, I think Whiskey. I think it was like a one-way open relationship where it's just, you know, bringing other women in, not other men in, just bringing other women in.
Case may be. So it has to be a guy already that's open to move to Oklahoma. Who knows what the job will be there, but okay. I mean, you put it out there. That's what will work for you. Let's see if we can find a man that can fit that. What's the age range you would date, Constance?
I don't want anything younger than me. So, I mean, 34 and up, maybe 33. I'm pushing it, but 30.
Why can't y'all work it out? Yeah. You and your ex-husband?
No. I don't want anyone to think that I just said deuces and left. I definitely did try while we were married, but he just wasn't acting right, and I felt like I deserved better than that, and I felt like it was better for me to leave while my child was still so small that he didn't understand the concept of mommy and daddy are together. And so like now, you know, we have family dinners. You know, he was down at my parents' house for Thanksgiving. You know, like we have a you family kind of vibe. It's no.
Does he have a new woman?
He and the girl he cheated on me with were together for a good little chunk of time. So I don't know what his relationship status is. It ain't none of my business.
Let me ask you, is he as committed to living around you as you are to living around him?
Yeah.
Like, so he won't leave Oklahoma?
Nah. He wouldn't want to leave his child, and he's not taking my child, so. Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right, let's get into it. All right, Constance, are you on the Kendra G singles dating app?
I am.
All right, let me pull you in. Okay, honey, you keep me posted how it goes, girl.
Listen, I hope I come back, you know, in a year or two, and I be like, Kendra, thanks to you, I married him.
Want to leave, so I'm not sure if this guy would get up and relocate to Oklahoma and build his life around your ex-husband, because that's the request. The request is, I got a divorce, but me and my ex-husband are still co-parenting our child, and I need for you to move to me and be a part of this dynamic. And you just said the ex-husband comes over on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it could be a lot for a man. This is why some men, I will be honest, don't want women with kids.
Yeah.
Because they know of all the things that come along with. So it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I think you would have a better chance if you're just open-minded to building a unit with your new husband to be and whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is the case where, you know, this is the consequences of marrying the bad boy, marrying the player, having kids with the player. You know, wanting the player to change. I think this is the case where kind of what happens when you marry the player. He may be a good father, but he's still a player. He's still into women. He's into variety of women. So this is the case where, you know, understand that you wanted the player. So this is what you get. So I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, bros. So, let's play this thing. Let's play a old school. So for one of my favorite brothers on whiskey, let's play this. Let's get into the, a little bit of a holiday spirit, Get into a little bit of the holiday spirit, so, Elton John. This is old school. This is definitely old school. This is before my time.
And Orson Welles.
Oh!
On the feast of
John
Stephen.
Cann.
All the snow lay round about, deep, crisp, and crunchy. I'm sorry, did I say crunchy? I'm sorry, Lee.
No problem.
I'm very.
Let's just
He was moving. Yes, you.
Who was?
Please, we're trying to work here.
Please don't move while Mr.
Now,
Wells.
if you're going to stay there, fine. If not, get out. You're taking up valuable air.
Let's just try it again.
Sorry, Lee. Good King Wenceslas. Last.
Old school comics.
Your light went out. What? Am I on one or two? Who's directing here?
I
There's
think
too
it's
much
one.
talking going on.
not sure.
Come on, fellas, get it together. We haven't got all day.
Let's try it again, please.
Good. Are you on? Good King Wenceslas. No, I'm sorry, Lee. No, it's not working. You don't know what I'm up against here. I wouldn't rehearse an actor in Shakespeare the way you people work
Please.
here. No, I'm sorry.
Please, Orson, please.
No. It's his fault.
Wait.
Him. Yes, you.
I'll fire him.
No,
don't
I'm
worry.
sorry. You people are pests. No money is worth
Just
Orson Welles, ladies and gentlemen. Christmas is a frivolous time of year, and nobody loves frivolity more than me. So join me, please, for my big special, Christmas Eve. And I'd love to thank Luigi Specca for this. Isn't this wonderful, this Santa Claus? See you then.
Big and grease spatula hot cheeks.
Take off. Don't get that on me, hose head.
Come on.
What?
Go.
Oh, I'm doing a special Christmas theme today.
Yeah. Go. Okay, good day. I'm Bob Welcome to the Great White North. I'm Bob McKenzie. This is my brother Doug.
How's it going?
Okay, this is our Christmas show, eh?
Yeah.
So, like, that's our
There's
top.
our Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And Hosehead here had the idea of just having a steel spike at the top
Take off.
to decorate it.
We're-
Zoom in on the tree.
No.
Come on,
no,
move over.
take
Up
off.
to the top.
No,
Zoom
here,
up.
that's what you do. That was off. There. That's
Old
one of the
school
topics.
comics.
Okay, one of our topics, eh?
Wait, zoom
is
back over to
Get
us.
over here, eh? One of our topics was like beer nog, okay? Because we hate eggnog. And like at our family parties, everybody drinks eggnog Christmas, right? So what you do is you go to Max 7-Eleven, you get eggnog, and you empty it out like right in the tree, eh? And then you pour
That'll
beer
help
in
it
here.
grow.
Okay, you got beer right in there, and then you get like a happy cup you can't see through. Pour it in that, walk around the party. You don't have to drink eggnog, drink beer nog instead, okay?
There it is.
Okay, another topic is this is beauty. Like 2 years ago, we
Definitely
we
before
were
my
retail,
time.
eh? So,
I mean, like, I'm
our boss, eh?
an '84
He was, like,
baby, so this is
Rose
definitely before my
Christmas,
time.
eh? So like Hosehead here puts it in the trunk of the car and forgot about it, right? So like next summer, Dad was driving the car and goes, "Who died, eh?" So like goes in the trunk. I got one for you too.
Take off.
Yeah,
You never did.
I do. Oh, here it is.
It's gone, eh?
Merry Christmas, Hoser. Oh, geez.
Wait a minute.
Same size.
I
Beauty.
think I know what it is.
Beauty. Beauty. Smokes. Thanks. Just what I wanted.
Gee,
Okay.
thanks a lot, eh?
Beauty.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Oh, here's something to do with beers for
Oh, yeah.
Christmas. Make it nice, eh? Hold that. And like for tree decorations, oh, we're out of time, eh?
yeah, quick.
Like hang a
Show them
smoke
about
up.
the smoke.
Hang some smokes up on
That was
trees.
my idea.
Take off.
It was so.
And like
Listen, Hosehead, give me credit.
oh, that's it. So
Good day.
that's our topic. Merry Christmas. Good day.
It's the Sammy Maudlin Show, starring Sammy Maudlin. Sammy's guest tonight, Neil Simon, Marsha Mason, and economist John Kenneth Galbraith. And now, it's time for Sammy. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. One moment, please. For years, he's delighted your ears. Now this Christmas, won't you let him freshen your air? Ladies and gentlemen, the perfect Christmas gift. Now as functional as it is traditional. Frankincense. Yes, Christmas is great, but oh, those household odors. Turkey stench? Not anymore. Frankincense, the ideal holiday gift. Drat that cat. What will your Yuletide visitors think? With frankincense, smelly cat odors disappear. Say goodbye to stale cigar smoke and Uncle Howie's sneakers. No problem with frankincense. Christmas means food, but it doesn't have to mean odor. And watch your baking soda bills go way down. Yes, frankincense, $9.95, includes 6 assorted long-lasting aroma cones at fine stores everywhere. It's the Dusty Town Sexy Holiday Special with Dusty's special guests from TV Solid Gold, Marcy Odette, film star Divine, and featuring the Wally Hung Trio. Now, here's the lady of the evening, that star that leads you wayward, that bell that jingles your rock, that sweet, sweet nutcracker, ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Town.
Oh, sexy holidays to you. Sexy holidays to you. May your merry bells keep ringing and your fantasies come true. May each new friend you meet bring you more body heat. May your merry bells keep ringing. Oh, sexy holidays to you. Isn't that cute? Isn't that true? Welcome, everybody, to my very first Christmas special, which is also my very first TV show ever. I'm so
That's crazy.
I'm happy, too. You know, I just love this time of year.
I didn't know that, I didn't know she did this.
And I'm just the girl to give it to. Isn't that cute? Isn't that true? Speaking of giving, I have a very cute Christmas story for you. I hope you haven't heard this one yet. Do you all know Mr. and Mrs. Dinky? No! Yeah, don't. Oh, my gosh. Well, it seems last Christmas, Mrs. Dinky saved up every penny she could to buy her husband that beautiful carving knife that he'd had his eye on for so long. So before Christmas dinner, just in time to carve up the juicy turkey that Mrs. Dinky had so carefully prepared, she said, let's open presents. Lo and behold, if Mr. Dinky doesn't say he forgot to buy her a Christmas present, but can he have his anyways? So what does Mrs. Dinky do? She turns Rudolph red, she tears the wrapping paper off the carving knife, and chops up her husband like a 200-pound butterball. So, of course, she was arrested, she went to court, and was sentenced to death. But just before she was taken away, the judge looked at her with dislust in his eyes, and he said, you chopped off his head. You chopped off his feet. You chopped off his arms. You chopped off his legs. How could you, Mrs. Dinky? Isn't it true? Now I'd like to bring out a very special guest, my first guest. This girl's a dancer, and she's a dancer on a TV show called Solid Gold. And you know the special thing about her is that I used to work with her mother at Baker's Keyboard Lounge in Detroit. And if this little girl can dance anything like her red-hot mama, she's got a big career ahead of her. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcy Odette! Christmas, so don't count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe, but no hanky-panky. Oh, the weather outside is horrid, but the fire and you are torrid. How long will last, we just don't know, so...
Yeah, I know that. I figured this was a Canadian production.
Isn't that true? You know, I had a lovely weekend with my friend Chaz at his cabin. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Again, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Ricky, what the hell are you doing jumping on the
All my
front lawn?
brothers, I wish you guys a great Christmas. I hope you guys, however it turns, please be happy.
Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Brown paper packages tied up with string. What the hell do these things have to do with Christmas? Isn't that cute? Isn't that true? I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath this big fat... Ricky! You know, you just blew my last musical joke. My last Christmas musical joke. You really did. I don't know what's wrong. But I'm going to let it lie. Instead, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring out my next guest. She's the goddess of the silver screen. She's made well over 3 motion pictures, most of them X-rated. Here she is, the most divine...
John Candy is crazy.
Merry Christmas, dear. You know, you once claimed that you were this...
John Candy is amazing. It's
When I heard that, I...
it's a shame that he that he's gone. That that he's not, he didn't last long enough.
I swear all the time and nobody gives... Now bleep him later.
You know, I'm one of your biggest fans, Ducky.
Yes, I think you may be the biggest, dear.
Seriously, I've been collecting your albums since I was a little boy. Isn't that cute? Isn't that true?
Yes, dear, sad but true. I understand you brought us a little something.
Yes, a little Christmas tape that I put together, a little surprise. Yes, me singing a Christmas song.
Fine.
Woo!
Could you roll it?
Yes, I'll roll anything for you. Woo!
Santa, bring my baby back to me. Santa, bring my baby back to me. Santa, bring my baby back to me. Santa, bring my baby back to me.
Don't need a lot of presents to make my Christmas bright. I just need my baby's arms wound around me tight. Oh, Santa, hear my plea. Santa, bring my baby back to me.
Santa, bring my baby back to me.
Please make those reindeer hurry. The time is drawing near. It sure don't seem like Christmas unless my baby's here. Don't fill my sock with candy, no bright and shiny toy. You wanna make me happy and fill my heart with joy. Then Santa, hear my plea. Santa, bring my baby back to me.
Santa, bring my baby.
Tell him, Wally.
Santa, bring my baby back to me.
Thank you, Divine. My best Christmas gift yet. It was the night before Christmas, when all through the house I could hear something stirring. It was my husband, that louse. I screamed down the stairs, jacket back to this bed, but heard not a word from the weasel I wed. So I slipped on my housecoat and stockings with care, but except for those items, my body was bare. I scoured the whole house, but my search was in vain, and visions of homicide danced through my brain. When out on the lawn there arose such a sound, I ran to the door and tore open my gown. The moon on my breast and the new fallen snow gave the luster of youth that I had long ago. When what to my baby blue eyes should appear, but a man dressed in red from his head to his rear. From the leer in his eye to the hump in his back, I knew in a flash that it must be my Jack. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called me by name. Now, Dusty, now, Dusty, now, Dusty, please, Dusty. Now, Dusty, oh, Dusty, please, Dusty, now, Dusty. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His legs were like fir trees, his chest was so hairy. But a wink of his eye and a jerk of his head soon gave me to know I had something to dread. He stood there just smiling and rubbing his nose, so I gave him the nod, and up the staircase he rose. He sprang to the bedroom and whistled so sweet that I followed his call like a heifer in heat. And you could hear us both scream as we dove under cover. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good lover. Isn't that cute? Isn't that true? Well, that's our show for tonight. I hope it was good for you. It sure was for me. I'd like to invite my special guests out to join me in one last Christmas so long. Divine, Marcy, bring your boys, and of course the Jewel Hallmeyer dancers and skaters.
No, this is not still on TV. This is not still on TV. Definitely not.
Caballero, owner and president of SCTV.
The first Noel, and the angels did say.
We'll play this for a little bit more for my brother Whiskey, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, guys?
Keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep.
Caballero! You call this a Christmas bonus? What's the idea, LaRue, busting in here when I'm delivering my annual rendition of the first Noel? That's a Cornish hen, and yes, I call it a Christmas bonus, and a damn fine one, too.
Yeah? Well, you got a lot of nerve saying Christmas carols. You don't know the meaning of the word. Now, I want a cash bonus, and I want it now. Cough up, let's go. Money.
What happened? You broke, huh, LaRue? You went out and you squandered all your money, didn't you? Well, just beat it.
Panamanian crumb, I got a good mind to take that wallet of yours and take every penny you got.
Yeah? And I got a good mind to cave your head in.
Yeah?
But it's Christmas, so I won't. No, I won't. The hell I won't.
You stupid punk! What the heck is going on? Mr. Caballero! Mr. LaRue! That's it up! That's it! Come on! Break it up! Get out of the way, will you? What are you? Get out of the way! What? Mr. Caballero, please! That's it! That's it! Come here! All right, I'm quit playing around! That's enough! All right, well... Well, I've heard of people being in bad moods, but that's ridiculous.
All right, Gus, get him out of here. It's a good thing I was live to air. I'd take care of him myself.
Oh, all right. Come on. Let's go, Mr. LaRue.
You haven't heard the last of me either, LaRue.
Oh, I'm shaking. Come on, one more. That's it. Come on, Mr. LaRue. Let's all
point
get him
that
out
thing
of
at
here,
me.
Mr. Caballero. Come on.
Get him out, Gus, you punk.
I don't need your money, Caballero.
Beat it, you little weasel.
Noel, Noel, Noel.
Nobody does that to Johnny LaRue. No one does. I'm going back. I'm going to rip his head.
Oh,
I noticed it too. I noticed that it's Eugene Levy. That's why these are like classic comics. These are classic actors.
And where are you going with my crane?
Not your crane anymore, LaRue.
What are you talking about?
Like if you grew up on like 80s movies, these guys were on the top of the game.
Just give me 10 more days. That's all I need. 10 days. I got a show coming up.
You got a problem, Mr. LaRue? I said, do you have a problem or something?
It's my crane, Gus. I'm broke, Gus.
Oh.
I'm flat busted.
I know what you mean.
Gus, you couldn't lend me a few bucks.
Oh, no, Mr.
Couple
LaRue.
$100 bucks. That's all I need.
No,
Just
I'd like
to
to
pay
help
these.
you. Oh, I'd like to help
Please,
you out,
Gus,
Mr.
please.
LaRue,
Just a
but
couple
I
hundred.
don't have any money myself. Besides, you still owe me $100 from last year. I hate to bring it up, you know, but...
I know. I'll get it back to you, Gus.
And what bothers me is, Mr. LaRue, if you don't mind me saying so, is you always seem to gonna afford a crane when you want one, but I've been waiting for my $100 for a year now.
I didn't pay for that crane. That was given to me.
Mr. Caballero gave you a crane?
No, he didn't give me the crane. Santa Claus gave me the crane. And what's so funny?
There ain't no Santa Claus, Mr. LaRue.
No Santa Claus, Gus? Didn't you see Street Beef last Christmas?
Oh, I don't watch Street Beef. It's a real cheap show, and it's only got...
Never mind that. I was out doing Street Beef last year. One camera, one microphone. It's the coldest night in Mellonville history. There I was. Now, granted, I had a couple drinks, but that had no bearing on this.
Oh! Just moving along, officer. Maybe they're looking for a contact lens, you see? Look, Esther Williams. Oh, lovely to look at, delightful to... Care to join me in making a snow angel? If you turn off the light, I'll show you the secret.
You'll need that light, Johnny,
What?
for the shot.
What shot?
Why, your crane shot.
Huh?
Merry Christmas, Johnny. Oh, 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 Merry Christmas!
Now do you believe me, Gus?
Oh, that's amazing, Mr. LaRue. That's unbelievable. Fall. You know, it's too bad you just couldn't go back this year and get something else.
Isn't it a shame I can't... Go back. I just have to go back. I go back and I get more. That's it. It's simple. It came from you. It's simple. Gus, thank you. Gus, what rule book is it written in? I can't go back.
Oh, I don't
There
know.
is no rule book.
No.
Santa will give anybody anything anytime he wants it.
Oh, yeah.
And I need it bad.
Oh,
Gus, if you weren't so ugly, I'd kiss you.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it's Christmas. I will kiss you. Gus, here's that C note I owe you. Merry Christmas, Gus. What are you doing? Come on with me. Gus, you shipped $100. There's more where that came from, Gus. Come on with me tonight. We'll be rich. We'll be kings. We'll be kings. We'll be whatever we want. Santa, I'm happy. I feel like a little boy. I'm going to get more. Santa! Santa!
Hello, I'm Edna Boyle.
Okay.
Oh, I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me.
All right, guys. That was for you. Whiskey. Hope you liked it. Some crazy stuff. I mean, this was definitely before my time. Oh, you like it? Just, you like it? Hell, if more people like it, I don't mind showing it. More people like it, I don't mind. I just don't want to... You can come on. All right.
How often we sing that song. Ever think about the pooch? It's Christmas for the pooch, too. That's why we say, come on down to Rex and Edna Boyle's Prairie Warehouse and Curio Emporium. That's right, you heard me, Rex. Not to be confused with that bull artist, Tex. All year round, the pooch keeps you company. Isn't that right, Rex? That's right. Man's best friend is a dog. Why not return the compliment with a smart outfit from Rex and Edna Boyle's Prairie Warehouse and Curio Emporium? Isn't that right, Rex? Here's Butch, dressed up as a succubus. Just kidding, I don't know Latin. He's an elf. Why not let your little Poochie entertain you around the Christmas hearth? Thanks, Butchie. And here's little lady. Let her help you serve your canopies in a smart cocktail dress. Pooch is cold? Not anymore. Here's little Biggie wearing highly functional red Lurex leg warmers and a Santa Claus hat. Here comes Mrs. Claus. Looks like she's expecting another litter. Just kidding, she's a model. And this model wears a tasteful and roomy maternity smock and a smart crush velveteen with Peter Pan collar. Thank you, Buttons. Christmas is a happy time, right, Rex? But let us not forget the true meaning of the holiday and repay our animal friends, pets to some, family to
Really?
many. And lastly, not leastly, the ultimate gift you can give your
That was
Pooch is
terrible.
the gift of the Magi. Your 3 pups can be the wise men. Instead of following a star, though, we use a whistle. Wait a minute. Melchior, Balthazar, Casper, come back here. I didn't say get along, little doggy. Just kidding. It's their feeding time. So come on down to Rex and Edna Boyle's Prairie Warehouse and Curio Emporium for all your Badland needs and Pooch supplies. Isn't that right, Rex? Merry Christmas.
At this, the most festive time of the year, we extend Christmas greetings and every good wish for the new year.
I remember her.
From the owners and staff of the Driftwood. But why spend Christmas at home? Doesn't Mom deserve a holiday too? Let Chester and Gert Watt show you the hospitality that's made the Driftwood one of the top dining establishments in the South Mellonville area for over 27 years. Enjoy intimate dining in the gay elegance of the Beachcomber Room.
Gay
And let our trained staff serve you in a courteous and obedient manner. Let our chef, Ike Wong, prepare his specialty, Cantonese boneless turkey. And what's Christmas without a salad bar? But please, one visit only. Before, during, or after Christmas dinner, drift over and join the celebration in the Crow's Nest Room. Don't be afraid of our own special tequila
This is
sunrise.
definitely old school.
Remember, you keep
This
the
is
glass.
definitely a time long gone
And for
by.
the 3rd year in a row, we're offering the Driftwood Christmas Package. 3 days and 1 night in your choice of over 44 luxuriously appointed rooms. Trail rides, tennis, soccer, and swimming in season.
The whole old look is crazy.
Christmas at the Driftwood Inn. You can't miss it.
Hello, I'm Yashmengi. And I'm Stan Schmengi. And we're the Happy Wanderers.
You know, this shows me that we've had a lot of Canadian talent.
Well, once again, the Christmas season
Like,
is upon us.
Canada has
What the world
produced a
is
lot of
Christmas is the
actors
time
and
when
comedians,
families get
which is
together
pretty
to
crazy.
sing the Christmas songs and have some punch, or papjik as we call it in Lithuania. Lithuanian Christmases are just as much fun, if not to some extent different. That's why tonight, Stan and I are going to show you the customs and traditions of a typical Lithuanian Christmas. Christmas Day with the Schmengi family. The Christmas morning starts off with a visit from my brother Yash, who comes to my house in the morning. He takes off the shoes, and why? Because I'm the visitor. He is the visitor. The children get very excited when Uncle Yash comes over because... I got the egg! Oh, where's the egg, Uncle Yash? The children are saying. It's tradition in Lithuania for the Christmas visitor to bring an egg and hide it from the children to make it fun for them. They do have fun looking for the egg. They sure do. And of course, the egg symbolizes the Christmas breakfast, where the egg is cooked and wrapped in cabbage leaves.
We call them chalupniks, and they're so good I can't tell you.
And shall I take home and dispose of there?
And there we are, Yash and myself eating the chalupniks. Oh, they're good.
Oh, delicious. Can be beat. Then there is the traditional looking at the tree. Stan always has the best tree, real flashy.
Well,
you know, the artificial tree originally came from Lutonia, where trees are now extinct.
That's right, and now the whole world uses them.
They sure do. Boy, that's a real flashy tree you got there, Stan.
Thank you.
And then, of course, they're putting the hat on the tree ceremony, and the children get a big kick out of that.
Oh, the children have so much fun at Christmas. Putting the hat on the tree is a custom that goes back for generations in Lutonian families. We did it when we were kids, Josh, and we never found out why.
Nobody seems to know why, but we do it, and it's fun.
Especially for the children,
who now must leave the room along with the women for the traditional exchanging of the socks.
On Christmas Day, the men exchange socks to commemorate the sharing of worldly possessions.
And sometimes we forget to give them back.
When we have too much peptic, we forget.
And it's the traditional schmingy walk, where we leave Stan's house
and walk to Yash's house.
Okay, interesting. I mean, you know, that's old school stuff for you. That's old school things. I think that's a little bit different. I think that's not the Boyle family. That's the... Are you confusing with the McPoyle family? I think you're confusing with the McPoyle family. More to the N? What does that mean? She probably did. I think that's the McPoyle family. Watch the whole 45 minutes. Okay, alright. Well, I'll do that just for you, bro. 45 minutes is a bit crazy. Let's
Junior. Together via satellite. It's Christmas. That's all.
Just singing about tomorrow. Please away the cobwebs and the sorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow. It's Christmas. Tomorrow. It's only a day.
Yes, Martin Short. A legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Pittman and Jackie Rogers Jr.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Do we have a feed? Do we have a feed here? Are we hooked up? Jackie, can you hear me out there on the coast? I hear you.
No, I think this is because it's before your time, bro.
May I just say what a thrill it is sharing the stage with you tonight, even though it's 3,000 miles away. What's the weather like there? And where is it? Vegas you're at?
I think so, Bob. It's very, very, very hot. Like they say in those Broadway shows, it's damn hot.
This is kind of before my time either.
Well, it's been raining for a couple of days. Very drizzly out here. Incidentally, Jackie, you know, I knew your late father, Jackie Rogers Sr., very well.
Well, I know that, Bob. And so did he.
And I just want to say that if he were here tonight, I'm sure he'd get a big kick out of this, because I think it's going to be a very exciting show.
Well, I believe so too, Bob.
I think the people in Atlantic City think so, don't you? Huh? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Jackie, let me just say, I think you're a marvelous talent. And I mean that. As was your late father, of course, the late Jackie Rogers Sr. Anyway, how are ya? Does everybody feel Christmassy tonight? Huh? Is it not Christmassy in here? I don't know. You know, when I think of Christmas, there's one thing that always bugs me. I don't know if you've ever noticed. Christmas shopping, huh? I said, did you ever notice that? Did you ever once wish you could be in a big department store Christmas shopping? What's a big department store here in Atlantic City? You don't have one? Well, just where's the nearest? What? Just give me a name. Just that Steinbach's. Did you ever once wish you could be in the middle of Steinbach's Christmas? Oh, I see we got some Steinbach shoppers here tonight. Very good. Did you ever once wish you could be in the middle of Steinbach's Christmas shopping and wish that every other shopper could just disappear, huh? Huh? A regular Yuletide David Copperfield or Doug Henning or something. You know, I've got to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having a tough time going on tonight, and I think I found out the reason why. I didn't have an opening act. I mean, I can't get my rhythm, and I don't have an opening act. I'm lost here. Where's my opening act?
Bob!
What is it, Jackie?
Yes, you do have an opening act, man.
What are you saying? I've got my opening act is here tonight?
Yes, it certainly is.
Well, why the hell don't we bring him out then? Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, my Christmas present to you, my opening act, the Zambinis! If you think I'm gonna come out and bother these guys, you're crazy, because I don't get laughs at their expense. You know, I do my thing, I let them do their thing because they don't bug me and I don't bug them. That's the way it works. I'll just leave them alone, you know what I mean? They got their thing to do here. Okay, how do you do this? You just toss it and turn it? I used to be good at this. All right, oh, I missed that one. Hey, we got, whoa!
And he would look to me, and he would sing. She loves me, and my amazement, I love her recklessly. She needs me, but she doesn't show it. Why should she when she does not know it? Yesterday she loved me hard, now today she hates me. And tomorrow, oh, she loved me. She loves me. Ladies and gentlemen, my mother, Mrs. Jackie Rogers Sr. Isn't she remarkable? Isn't she standing a constant in my life? Of that very moment. I love this woman. I love you. Baba, are you there? Come in, sir.
Jackie, may I just say, as a comic, in all seriousness, you know, it warms my heart so much to see the kind of affection.
Yo, you live in Vegas?
Have with their families at this festive
Yo,
time.
Just, that's really cool. I mean, I've never been to Vegas,
bit of an
so that's
accident
pretty
at
cool.
this end. I don't know if you caught it on your end there, but not to worry, I'm okay. I'm perfectly all right. I'm back. You know, it was such a touching moment that you had with your mother, and I know that if your late father, the great Jackie Rogers Sr., was here tonight to witness that moment, there wouldn't have been a dry eye in the house. And if that ain't a song cue, then I don't know what. Are you ready, Jackie?
You better believe it, R.D.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. We're supposed to have been immortal. That's all I wanted.
Not much to ask for.
I kept my promise.
Do not keep your distance.
I kept my promise.
Yes. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. A little bit of a old school videos is never too bad. Definitely interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I thought it was cool.
You're just telling me that you're not ready for.
All right, let's thank you guys for still being around. Thank you guys for checking things out. Hope you guys let's go back to some different kind of videos, you know. Changing it up is never bad, especially, you know, for the holiday season. Whiskey, that was for you, bro. Thank you for all the support. Love you, bro. We hope that brings back nostalgia. Nostalgia is always a great thing. It's always an amazing feeling. So never terrible to feel nostalgic. All right, let's go back. I have an interesting. Let's check this out. I have an interesting TikTok video. I have a bunch of interesting TikTok videos, you know, so let's check them out. But let's go for it. No but.
This is for the men and the men only. Men, do you want your woman to have a nice body, yes or no? If the answer is yes, are you paying for her gym membership, yes or no? Are you paying for her Pilates, yes or no? Swimming lessons, ballet, pole, anything of that nature, yes or no? Are you investing anything to get back that, yes or no? Okay. Do you want your woman to look good in everything, anything that she puts on? Shit, she could put on a fucking sweatsuit and look amazing. Are you pouring into her diet? Are you investing in her diet? No? Okay. Do you want your girl to turn heads and look like the flyest girl ever? You want the flyest girl ever, right? I'm sure you do. A lot of guys do. But are you willing to pay for her hair, for her nails, for her makeup, for her treatments, facials, massages? Are you willing to do all of that so she can exude sexiness, so she can glow, so she can be the goddess that God put her on this earth to be? No? Okay. So you're just telling me that you're not ready for women. Okay, cool. But you expect a woman to do all of this and you just enjoy whatever she's giving you, and she's going to pay for all of this, and you're not going to give her anything in return, and you're going to say that women are materialistic and all that they want is money? But all that you really want is a hot woman by your side, but you're not willing to invest in it? Very scary. Just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Because you don't want to be with a bum bitch, but you exude bum energy. Provide and protect. That's your job. That's your job as a man. And for women, we're just supposed to look hot, bear the children, and nurture you. And pour into you. That way you keep producing. I hope that helps. This is for the...
Helps? This is the thing where I love these videos because it shows you how delusional and selfish women are. So, like just said, doing all that does what? Investing in a woman does not guarantee nothing. Paying for dates, giving her money, doing all this shit does not guarantee loyalty from her. Women have left men for less. It's like women have left men easily. Women have left men that gave him even more than that. That's what I meant. Women have left men that gave them everything, and they still leave men. And this is the thing where I love this comment. So women won't be motivated to be healthy and care about herself until someone else pays for it. She does. It's like, you do this anyway. I mean, you should exercise for yourself. This is the thing where, you would only do any of these things because men would pay for it? The insanity of that. That is insane. That is absolutely, utterly ridiculous. It's like, you're just, this is the thing. None of these men are your husband. So really, it's there's no value in it for men to go above and beyond when there's no guarantee of anything. A lot of times I've seen it. Men would invest in a woman, and then she leaves him for another man. So that investment you just put into her, another man is going to benefit from. That makes sense.
And in the men only. Men, do you want your woman to have a nice body, yes or no? If the answer is yes, are you paying for her gym membership, yes or no? Are you paying for her?
You know, one of the things that I had a girl, she said we weren't even dating. We weren't even dating, okay? She wanted me to do a gym membership for her. I'm like, she said, oh, don't you, and she had this mindset. She said, don't you want me to have a nice body for you? We're not even dating. We're not dating at all. We're barely talking. And now you're asking me, you're saying you want a nice body for me? That really don't make sense because we're not dating. And if I contribute to your lifestyle, i.e. maybe help you afford to keep up your body, that don't mean that your body belongs to me. I don't think so. Okay? That's the insanity. It's like, this is a thing where women will look for any chances to take advantage of men. Because like I said, none of these guarantee a man to, benefit from it.
Pilates, yes or no? Swimming lessons, ballet, pole, anything of that nature, yes or no? Are you investing anything to get back that, yes or no? Okay. Do you want your woman to look good in everything, anything that she puts on? Shit, she could put on a fucking sweatsuit and look amazing. Are you pouring into her diet? Are you investing in her diet? No? Okay.
It's like, this is a thing where women don't understand. Good looking women are a dime a dozen. I mean, this is a thing where you don't have to invest into a woman's diet. She would eat regardless. It's like ridiculous. Seriously, are these not adults? You have to be social changes that brought us to the point. Yeah.
Do you want your girl to turn heads and look like the flyest girl ever? You want the flyest girl ever, right? I'm sure you do. A lot of guys do. But are you willing to pay for her hair, for her nails, for her makeup, for her treatments, facials, massages? Are you willing to do all of that so she can exude sexiness? So she can...
This is a thing where it's funny that still women don't understand. Doing all that does not guarantee you nothing. It don't mean that there are husbands that provide financially 100% for their wives, and yet they still are in sexist marriages. They are still get cheated on. Doing your women's hair, nails, all this, paying for that shit, it don't really benefit men like that. It don't. This is the thing where unless women want to, they should do it themselves. Do it to make you happy. How many times you hear women, they say, oh, I dress this way for myself, not for men. You dress like that for men. You do this stuff not for yourself, and yet you expect men to pay for all those things. That makes sense. What if men say, yeah, we will, but be a virgin? And that's the thing. That's also the thing. These women, okay, none of them are virgins. So what does that mean? What does that mean is that these women have dated plenty of other men. So one, did these men even paid for the things that you are saying other men to? Because if they have, why aren't you still with these men? Because did not guarantee, didn't these men paid for it? Didn't that guarantee them you? Yet you're not with them anymore. So now what these men paid for, now other men is going to benefit from? It's like ridiculous. And two, I think a lot of times, a lot of men have done less and still got the pussy. A lot of men, I shouldn't have said it like that. A lot of men have done less and still got the box. Still got those cheeks. Still got to tap the cheeks. This is the thing where a lot of men realize. A lot of men have done less and still got your body. They still got to enjoy your body. That's the insanity of it. Men know this.
Glow so she can be the goddess that God put her on this earth to be? No? Okay. So you're just telling me that you're not ready for women. Okay, cool. But you expect a woman to do all of this and you just enjoy whatever she's giving you and she's going to pay for all of this and you're not going to give her anything in return and you're going to say that women are materialistic and all that they want is money? But
Literally, that whole rant she just did equals to money. So yes, women just want money. It's like ridiculous. The whole rant you're talking about pretty much equal to money. And it's like, here's the thing. Just like, let's say you go on a date with a woman. You pay for the date. It does not guarantee you her body. And yes, women are not, this is the thing where I think this is the problem with a lot of women's ego are insane. Thinking themselves tens. Thinking themselves goddess. Here's a woman that is a 5, maybe a 6. Okay? You're not no 8, 9s, or 10. A lot of women are average. Average at best. This is the thing where, this is a concept that is lost on modern women. A lot of women, majority of women are average at best. So really, yeah.
all that you really want is a hot woman by your side, but you're not willing to invest in it? Very scary. Just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Because
and a lot of these women, let's say this, a lot of these women are, if they are hot, they're already hot without you putting money into her. You know, without you investing in her. So really, she has the crazy eyes, by the way. She does.
you don't want to be with a bum bitch, but you exude bum energy. Provide and protect. That's your job.
That is insane. This is a thing where only women will hold men to their job. Yet, God forbid, men are holding women to their job. You know, being submissive, being feminine, you know, being obedient, cooking and cleaning. Yeah.
That's your job as a man. And for women, we're just supposed to look hot, bear the children, and nurture you. And pour into you. That way you keep...
Most women can't even nurture men. This is a thing where most women are not nurturing men. Most women are not nurturing men. They're not. Most women are barely taking care of men at all. I think most women aren't. They are complaining about doing the bare minimum for men. They are. And it's like the whole thing about, taking care of children, having children. How many times you hear that? It's supposed to be a partnership. This is the thing where women are continuously saying men are not being active fathers. So really, you want men to provide and protect, be active in the household, be active in the child rearing, child care. Yet you think that his job is like you're adding more to his job. while at the same time taking away from your job. Yeah, that's great. We need to watch this one YouTube video I really like. Yeah, just tell me what's the video?
Producing. I hope that helps.
Women are terrible. They can't help nobody. What do you guys think about this one? What's the video, Just?
I told myself that I was going.
I'm here, really. After the date, he walked.
Alright, bros. Alright, bro. This is another video that I only listened to a little bit of it, so hopefully it's an interesting video. Let's check this one out.
Moment of silence because I got ghosted by a 5'8" man. So this guy was super adamant on taking me out on a date, which I was like, all right, let's go, I guess. I'm not really in the mindset of dating anybody, but I was like, let's just see how it goes. I went on the date and I could tell that he was super nervous, which was kind of cute. I was also really nervous because this was my first date after a long-term relationship, and I was like, I don't even know why I'm here, really. After the date, he walked me back to where my friends were. He was like, I would love to do this again. I would love to take you to Carbone. I was like, all right, let's go to Carbone. Like, I'm down. And I got home and I was thinking, I'm like, I don't really like this guy. Like, we're not on the same vibe. He's really nice, but like, I wasn't like in love with him, which I did not want to be. So honestly, at the end of the day, it worked out for me. After, he was like, I had a really great time. And he just never answered my text. Kind of wanted some feedback. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, did I say something wrong? Like, I don't know. I was just kind of like bugging a little bit, even though I was gonna ghost him. Literally did not care at all because, like I said, I was gonna ghost him anyways. I just didn't really feel like we were vibing. A month goes by and I'm at a bar in Hoboken. The bar was super packed because there was a football game playing, and I accidentally bumped into this person. And I turn around and it was him. You will literally not believe what he said to me. Part 2. Moment of silence because I got ghosted.
What? There's a part 2 to that shit?
Moment of silence because I got.
Ugh. Why can't you just make the full fucking part?
So I turn around and it was him. Ghosted by a 5'8" man.
Okay, let me react to the first part, and then we'll play the second part. Ugh, I wish she just put it all in one part, but let's play this.
Moment of silence because I got ghosted by a 5'8" man. So this guy was.
The audacity to just focus on his height. 5'8". That's average. The audacity.
Super adamant on taking me out on a date, which I was like, all right, let's go, I guess. I'm not really in the mindset of dating anybody, but I was like, let's just see how it goes. I went on the date.
And what a waste of time. What a waste of a man's time. If you don't want to date, you're not really interested in dating, don't waste a man's time. Don't waste the time. Don't waste your own time, and don't waste his time. If you're not into it, you don't really care or want anything to happen, you're wasting each other's time.
And I could tell that he was super nervous, which was kind of cute. I was also really nervous because this was my first date after a long-term relationship, and I was like, I don't even know why I'm here, really. After the date, he walked me back to where my friends were. He was like, I would love to do this again. I would love to take you to Carbone. I was like, all right, let's go to Carbone. Like, I'm down. And I got home and I was thinking, I'm like, I don't really like this guy. Like, we're not on the same vibe. He's really nice, but like, I wasn't like in love with him, which I did not.
How would you need to be in love with him The first date. Love? I mean, you should like him. You should like him after the first date, but love is ridiculous. And it's like, be honest. If you weren't interested in a man, you shouldn't say, "Oh, now let's do something else again," and like to this other restaurant. It's like, really? This is why a lot of men need to realize, or these women's tactics. They're just using men for experiences. Really, that they're not into these men. They're just using men for experiences. And a lot of men, I think the players and the bad boys, or the men that are onto these games, they understand that these women are not into them.
Want to be. So honestly, at the end of the day, it worked out for me. After he was like, I had a really great time, and he just never answered my text. Kind of wanted some feedback. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, did I say something wrong? Like, I don't know.
It's probably your energy, your attitude. You probably weren't into him. This is a thing where, did she not? This is the problem with a lot of women. Saying that, okay, you said that you weren't into him, and now you're texting him and wondering where he's at. It's like women are 100% ruled by their emotions. They are controlled by their emotions. It's like they're all over the place. Do you like someone? Do you not? What's wrong? That's the craziness.
Just kind of like bugging a little bit, even though I was gonna ghost him. Literally did not care at all, because like I said, I was gonna ghost him anyways. I just didn't really feel like we were vibing. A month goes by and
You weren't feeling like you were vibing, yet you were texting him and wondering where he's at. What's wrong? Like, what did you do wrong? That really don't make sense. That's why it's like these neurotic women, these women that are all over the place with their emotions. It's a big red flag.
and I'm at a bar in Hoboken. The bar was super packed because there was a football game playing, and I accidentally bumped into this person, and I turn around and it.
Alright, she's talking about she's meeting him.
So I turn around and it was him, and literally off the bat, I'm like, oh my god, how the fuck? Like, what do I even say? Because this is kind of awkward. I was like, hey, oh my god, how are you? And he was like, literally off the rip, he's like, hey, I'm really sorry that I ghosted you. Like, I've just been so busy with work, yada, yada, yada. Like, I was just standing there, I was like, I already knew how I was gonna play it because I thought about this scenario because he lives in Hoboken.
You weren't into him. You were going to ghost him anyway, yet you thought about the scenario of what you're going to do when you're going to meet him again.
I was gonna play it like the chill girl. After he finished his spiel, I literally was like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. I honestly didn't even notice. He was really, really drunk, and he basically was just like, whatever you want from the bar. Like, I have a tab under my name. Like, get whatever you want. Like, I feel so bad. And I was like, no, it's fine. Like, I already have a drink. Like, don't even worry about it. In the midst of him rambling, his friend, who was 6'2", walks over, pushes the kid aside, and says, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. Like, literally right in front of him. I'm like, hi, like, nice to meet you. His friend goes, you are literally so gorgeous. You just have the most perfect eyes. And I was like, oh my god, thank you. Right in front of the kid that ghosted me. I was like, this is like the revenge that I needed. Ghoster then steps in front of said friend and says, don't talk to him. He's really weird. And I was like, I think your friend has a little crush on me. I got pulled away by one of my other friends, and I heard him say to the friend that tried to talk to me, he said, don't talk to Elisa, that's not cool. Like, hello, you're the one that ghosted me. Like, what? Guys are so weird. So I turn around and it was him, and literally
not cool calling him a kid. Most likely the same age as her. To call him a kid, yes, it's mad disrespectful. Showing you how much in her feelings she was about him. Showing you how much she in her feelings and how she was. And this is another proof that women are so hung up on height. So hung up on height. It's like ridiculous. It's like you couldn't understand that. That's the player's move. Talking about her eyes and shit like that. So yeah, that's the ridiculous of it. That is insane. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, check that out. What do you guys think? No, let's listen to it. That is a 3-hour video. I mean, 3-hour long thing. So, but we'll check it out.
Hello, and welcome to this.
But wait, let's let it play, and let's. I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, so let it play.
Reading of Esther Vilar's 1971 book, The Manipulated Man. This is a fun little polemical essay penned by a self-proclaimed feminine feminist, as opposed to a masculine feminist. And she's somewhat of an obscure figure. I believe there's a couple of interviews with her on YouTube, as well as in text. But my info on her is pretty much what I get from the book blurb. On this, it says, Miss Vilar, at the time of writing the book, was 36 years old. She is a Argentinian German. She used to be a sociologist and a doctor before becoming a best-selling author. The book that I hold in my hand has become quite popular among the red pill crowd, which is where I found it personally, and it's become a sort of easily digestible, sort of fun first little red pill, I guess, for guys that are just new to this stuff. The book argues that, contrary to popular belief, contrary to what the feminists would have you believe, the oppressed sex in Western society is not women, but is indeed men. It's written in a quite sort of sympathetic, quite charming, quite funny, quite digestible fashion, and it makes for an interesting sort of quick listen. So I'll just read out to you the dedication of this book, and we can get straight into it. The dedication goes, "This book is dedicated to all those whom it does not mention, to the few who refuse to be manipulated, the few women who are not venal, and to all those fortunate enough to have lost their market value because they are either too old, too ugly, or too ill." And that's about it for the context, so I guess we can just get straight into it. Chapter 1. The Slave's Happiness. The lemon-colored MG skids across the road, and the woman driver brings it to a somewhat uncertain halt. She gets out and finds her front tire flat. Without wasting a moment, she prepares for the repair. She looks towards the passing cars, as if expecting someone. Recognizing this standard international sign of woman in distress, weak female let down by male technology, an estate car draws up. The driver sees what's wrong at a glance and says comfortingly, "Don't worry, we'll fix that in a jiffy." To prove his determination, he asks for her jack. He doesn't ask if she's capable of changing the wheel herself, because he knows. She's about 30, smartly dressed, and made up that she is not. Since she cannot find her jack, he fetches his own, together with his remaining tools. 5 minutes later, the job is done, and the punctured wheel stowed away in its appropriate place. His hands are covered with oil. She offers him an embroidered handkerchief, which he politely refuses. He has a rag for such occasions in his toolbox. The woman thanks him profusely, apologizing for her typically feminine awkwardness. She might have even been there till dusk, she says, had he not stopped by. He makes no reply, but, as she gets back into the car, gallantly shuts the door for her. Through the wound-down window, he advises her to get a new tire at once, and she promises to get her garage man to see to it that very evening. Then she drives off. As the man collects his tools and goes back to his own car, he wishes he could wash his hands. His shoes, he's been standing in the mud while changing the wheel, are no longer as clean as they should be. He is a sales representative. What's more, he will have to hurry to reach his next customer in time. As he starts the engine, he thinks, women, each as stupid as the other, and seriously wonders what she would have done if he had not been there to help. He puts his foot on the accelerator and drives off, faster than usual. There is the delay to make up for. After a while, he starts to hum quietly to himself. In a way, he's feeling happy. Almost any man would have behaved in the same manner, and so would have most women. Without thinking, simply because man is man and women are so different from them, a woman will make use of a man whenever there is an opportunity. What else could have the woman done when her car broke down? She's been taught to get a man to help. Thanks to his knowledge, he was able to change the wheel quickly and at no cost to herself. True, he ruined his clothes, put his business in jeopardy, and endangered his own life by driving too fast afterwards. Had he found something else wrong with the car, though, he would have mended that too. That is what his knowledge of cars is for. Why should a woman learn to mend punctures when the opposite sex, half the world's population, are able and willing to do it for them? Women let men work for them, think for them, and take on their responsibilities. In fact, they exploit them. Yet, since men are strong, intelligent, and imaginative, while women are weak, unimaginative, and stupid, why isn't it men who exploit women? Could it be that strength, intelligence, and imagination are not prerequisites for power, but merely qualifications for slavery? Could it be that the world is not being ruled by experts, but by beings who are not fit for anything else, by women? And if this is so, how do women manage it so that their victims do not feel themselves cheated and humiliated, but rather believe themselves to be what they are least of all, masters of the universe? How do they, women, manage to instill into men this sense of pride and superiority which inspires them to ever greater achievements? Why are women never unmasked? Chapter 2.
Let me say this. Interesting. Here is the flaw of women. This is the flaw of women. And I think she made a lot of the first chapter made a lot of points, and it showed that the flaw of women, where I think that is true femininity. This is the power of femininity. This is the thing where honestly men have power, masculinity has power, femininity has power. Femininity's power is being able to control masculinity, control the men. Plain and simple. That's the blunt truth. True femininity, in my opinion, is to be able to control men willingly. Men are willingly to being controlled by women, i.e., chivalry, being a gentleman, traditional values, right? Providing and protecting for another human being, a man that puts his life on the line, puts his health on the line, put his mental health on the line, just puts everything on the line to provide and protect for another human being, his woman. That is the power of femininity that women nowadays have honestly destroyed. Now, this is like, it is crazy that women try to demand and nag. They don't need to do that. That a man can naturally take. This is the thing where, honestly, here's the thing. This is the problem where women nowadays have destroyed. Because here's the thing. Feminism, the modern ideologies that women have now have destroyed what femininity was. Because now that you call yourself strong, independent woman, more and more men are seeing women as equals. So if you're such an equal to a man, shit like this, a man willingly thinking, oh, women are so delicate. Women are so, they don't know things about the world. So I'm going to step in and help her out. Because she's delicate. She doesn't know better. She doesn't know how to do things. So I'm going to be a gentleman. I'm going to be a knight in shining armor and help her out. Well, that shit is gone. In my opinion, as years and generations go on, things like this mentality, okay, of how femininity works to control and essentially manipulate men will more and more disappear. Because in my opinion, more and more men see women as equals. They see women as equals. The provider, protector man it's slowly disappearing. Okay, it's slowly changing. Exactly. This is the thing. This is showing you, right? More and more women are abandoning femininity to upgrade in life. Because more and more women nowadays they're doing better than men financially. A lot of women are doing better than men financially, career-wise, education-wise. So they are essentially becoming the men. They are gaining masculine traits to, persevere, to strive to be able to provide for themselves and possibly their kids. So more and more women are gaining masculine traits, and at the same time abandoning feminine traits. And I'm seeing this more and more. Right? Women are slowly losing this ability to be actual feminine women. They don't know how. I've said this countless times before, that there is power in femininity, but women are losing that power to gain the masculine strengths. But honestly, because they're gaining masculine traits, in turn, men are adapting to that. Men are adapting to that because men didn't choose it. Men didn't change. Men are adapting. Women are the ones who change. So, since women are gaining more masculine traits, men are kind of losing some, the masculine traits. A lot of men are not like striving to be, have lucrative careers. They're not striving to be, financially stable, financially well off. Because women are taking those positions. Women are, trying to do better than men. Men just they don't know what to do now. And that's the thing. That's one of the powers of femininity. It gives men goals. It gives men, a direction. Oh, I need to be strong. I need to be a good provider and protector so I can, provide and protect for a feminine woman. Now, men are not, they're masculine women. Men aren't desiring to provide and protect for masculine women. Especially now, you got to do it even harder. It's even harder to provide and protect for masculine women who are doing well financially. So, it's an interesting thing. It is a good thought process and information. Yes, I think it's part of losing the whole, ideologies of men. Exactly. Back in the day, a young man to do his, blue collar job, he already has a woman. He already has a woman. He already has a woman to, waiting for him, wanting to be with him so he can provide and protect. Now, honestly, blue collar jobs are not good enough to get women. You got to get an engineering job, a white collar job, finances, you got to be a manager, a CEO, like high level jobs that makes a high amount of money. So it is it's a whole lot more difficult nowadays. It's sad in that kind of view. So I don't know. All right, bros, let's check this one out.
What's up?
You put your hands on my son?
I caught him in the bed with my daughter.
They don't give you a right to put your hands on my son.
He know the rules. He know the rules.
Okay, and I tell him the rules, but you, when it comes to my children, you do not put your hands on my child.
They don't go in the bedroom. They stay in the living room.
Understood. He put his hands on you, correct? Do not touch my child anymore. And I wouldn't touch your child. Don't.
I didn't hit him. I didn't hit him. I
It
roughed
doesn't
him
matter.
up. I
You put
threw
your
him out.
hands
He
on
knew the
him.
rules.
It doesn't matter. You could have spoke to him. You didn't have to touch him. You didn't have to use physical force.
So
Because
did
you know
you,
I could
did
press
you even know
charges
who
on
he
you.
was? Where he was?
Let's try another clip. This one cut off.
Put your hands on my son.
Caught him in the bed with my daughter.
They don't give you a right to put your hands on my son.
Damn it.
He know the rules.
Okay, and I tell him the rules, but
They
you,
in the
when
living
it comes
room.
to
They
my
don't go
children,
in-
you do not put your hands
They
on my
don't-
child.
They don't go in the bedroom.
Understood.
They stay in the living room.
Understood. He put his hands on you, correct? Do not touch my child anymore. And I wouldn't touch your child. Don't.
I didn't hit him. I didn't hit him. I
It
roughed
doesn't
him
matter.
up. I
You put
threw
your
him out.
hands
He
on
knew the
him.
rules.
It doesn't matter. You could have spoke to him. You didn't have to touch him. You didn't have to use physical force.
So
Because
did
you know I
did
could
you
press
even
charges
know who
on
he
you.
was? Where he was?
He said he was going to a friend's house. I didn't know he was coming over here.
Oh, so you don't keep tabs on your
Of
own
course
son.
I
That's
keep
crazy.
tabs on my son.
That's crazy.
And you need to watch your mouth because don't telling you don't put your hands on my child anymore. Is that understood?
Hold on. Wait right here. Baby,
No,
come here.
I ain't waiting on nothing. And you can bring whoever you like. Put your hands on my son.
This is the thing, the masculinity of these. This is why these are the single moms out there. The masculinity. This is the thing where this is the absolute disrespect. How this is that man is foolish for accepting this disrespect. I'll be saying, are you crazy? None of this shit is happening under my household. I don't give a shit about this. I don't give a shit about this boy. You think you want to bring what? You want to say, what did she say? For charges? I could bring charges for him for trespassing. For him to be in a place, my property. Okay? That's the insanity. She thinks she has all this power, but she doesn't. This woman that berated me at work a while back, recently, she called for my help because she was afraid of the dark. This is the thing where women don't understand. Where a lot of men don't see the femininity in women anymore. This whole masculine energy right here. No duh that this is why men are tired of this shit. Men are not dealing with this stuff. I wish the volume on this one sucks. That's what's annoying.
She's looking at you.
What's up?
You put your hands on my son.
Caught him in the bed with my daughter.
They don't give you a right to put your hands on my son.
That 100% gives him the right. His daughter. He was protecting his daughter. What if her foolish son was doing some shit to his daughter? Why does it not give him the right to protect his daughter? 100% gives him the right. This is a thing where statistically, this is why single father households do better at raising children than single mother households. They can't even keep track of their own sons. Can't keep track of their own kids. Like she said, she didn't even know what her kid was doing. She didn't even know where her kid was. Her son literally lied to her where he's at.
He know the rules. He know the rules. when he
Okay,
come
and
over
I
here.
tell him the rules, but
They
you,
in the
when
living
it comes
room.
to
They
my
don't go
children,
in-
you do not.
No. You don't tell him the rules when he's at someone else's house. No. He follows the rules of that household. That's period. You don't want him to follow other households' rules? Don't allow him to go to other people's household. That shit don't fly. Your rules apply to your household, not other people's household. That shit don't fly at all.
Not put your hands on my child.
They don't go in the bedroom.
Understood.
They stay in the living room.
Understood. He put his hands on you, correct? Do not touch my child anymore. And I wouldn't touch your child. Don't.
I didn't hit him. I didn't hit.
Nah, that's study. Nah, I would like nah. That I would say this don't fly. I don't give a shit what you do. Under my household, I'm gonna do what I deem right. Because one, my daughter wouldn't be going into your house. Because if she was, I would definitely put my hands on her. No. Not abuse, it's discipline. That shit don't fly.
It doesn't matter. You put your hands. He knew the rules. It doesn't matter. You could have spoke to him. You didn't have to touch him. You didn't have.
That's the thing where, in my opinion, this is the thing where women speak. It's like, this is the thing where why these kids in single mother households, they go crazy. They disrespect the mother, disrespect other people. This is why these kids in single mother household do a whole lot of crazy shit. They still under. Yes, I mean, this is the thing where it's just crazy. Yes, doing the son right.
Have to use physical force.
So did you even know who he was, where he was?
She didn't. And to be honest, I think you should. You need it. This is a thing where, to be honest, this is why the importance, right, of having a father and a mother in a household. Women will be very delicate to the children. That is great. That's nice, especially early on in the years of a child's life. Being delicate, being nurturing is great. But for the future of that child, being a strict disciplinarian is better for producing productive adults. How she went about it is why single mothers are failing at producing productive adults. This is the insanity. You can look up the statistics. I think men and women in prison are raised by single mothers. Most prisoners, most criminals in prison are raised by single mothers. Now, that doesn't mean that single mothers raise criminals. Those not necessarily the same thing, okay? That sentence is not necessarily the same thing. Yo, Just, I didn't know you're black. Interesting. I'm black. Seeing this irritates me. This is why, right? I think why young black men need to understand, need to learn how to be good fathers. Shit like this, that man, he's a good father, okay? I just wish he was more strict. Because he should not allow anyone to disrespect him at his doorstep. Allow no boy to disrespect his household. That's the insanity of it.
Put your hands on my son.
Caught him in the bed with my daughter.
They don't give you a right to put your hands on my son.
And I swear to God, if I caught a boy in bed with my daughter, yeah, I think I would more than rough him up.
He know the rules.
Okay, and I tell him the rules, but when it comes to my children, you do not put your hands on my child.
They don't go in the bedroom.
Understood.
They stay in the living room.
Understood. He put his hands on you, correct? Do not touch my child anymore. And I wouldn't touch your child. Don't.
I didn't hit him. I didn't hit him. I roughed him up. I threw him out. He knew the rules.
It doesn't matter. You could have spoke to him. You didn't have to touch him. You didn't.
No, he knew the rule. So speaking to him did not change it, did not help it. This is the thing. You speak to him, he knew the rule already. He was told the rules. So obviously, words did not get through to him. That's where discipline comes in. This is a problem with modern day parenting. People, I get it. There's a fine line. Discipline and abuse, there's a fine line. I agree that a lot of people back in the day, they have blurred those lines, turning discipline into more of abuse than actual discipline. And I agree that it need to be fixed. But now we correct it way too far, where honestly, there's absolutely really no discipline. It's really such a light. It's like you're babying teens. It's like,
And have to use physical force.
So
Did
did
you know I could press
you even know
charges
who he
on
was? Where he was?
He said he was going to a friend's house. I didn't know he was coming over here.
Oh, so you don't keep tabs on your
Of
own
course
son.
I
That's
keep
crazy.
tabs on my son.
That's crazy.
And you need to watch your mouth because telling you don't.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right with the black family thing, because maybe it would have turned into a big fight. I kind of get that. I mean, like an actual physical fight, and maybe it's not. You don't need that.
Put your hands on my child anymore. Is that understood?
Hold on, wait right here. Baby,
So I ain't waiting on nothing. And you can bring whoever you like. Put your hands on my son.
That's the craziness. What do you guys think? Exactly. You know, this is a thing where, yes, as a single mom, it's not like he has a dad to, protect the child or anything. Yep, the daddy government. Exactly. This is the thing where, honestly, single mothers are going about this wrong. They are going about things wrong. So. All right, bros. This is a interesting clip. Interesting few clips that that I wanted to talk about, because here's the thing where she was doing much. Big bars. Thank you for stopping by, bro. She was doing a lot. So this is an interesting clip where I want to preface this. It shows you that a lot of women don't care about men being emotional, men expressing their emotions. So it's a very poignant clip. So let's check this out. It's like I said, it will show you that how women view men's emotions.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
Huh?
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire. And I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it like this it's not a piece of a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life is in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left. Does that make
I'm
sense?
sorry to hear that, and sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
Yo, Anthony Da Vinci, thank you for stopping by, bro. Thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Right there. Here's a man having an existential moment, thinking about life. He literally thinking about life. Okay, thinking about the span of his life, and what she does is just make it out into a joke. That is the insanity of it. That is the insanity of it. Here's a man that's just pouring out, serious moment, pouring out his feelings to his wife. And she just pretty much glazed over it. So, it's like he's literally it's a serious moment. And she turns it into something that is a joke.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Even to check on him. You didn't even listen to him. That's the thing. It's like, do women actually really care, or they just, and she's recording it. Do they just care just to fake it? That's the thing where I think it's more like that. Women do not care about men's emotions. I think women don't even think men have emotions. Like, oh, he can't be sad. He can't be having a existential moment. No. He can't be wondering about his life. The man is wondering about his life. He is seeing 40 years of life represented in a spool of wine, a spool of wire. He's seeing his life, yet she makes light of it.
We're working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire. And I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it.
You could see that he's laughing, but you could see the seriousness, the vulnerability. Here's a man being vulnerable to his wife, the woman that should understand him, should sympathize with him, should empathize with him. This is a thing where we constantly hear it. Women sympathize, women empathize with people, but do they? Do they? It's like, it's an absolute joke. Here's a man being vulnerable. This is why, right? Old school men are not vulnerable to women. Because this is why you always hear men are stoic. Men don't show emotions. Why don't men show emotions? Because this is what they get. She couldn't. She should care, but don't. She should care, but she don't.
Like this, it's on a piece of, a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life is in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left. Does that make
I'm
sense?
sorry to hear that, and sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
It's just really sickening that women don't understand the repercussions of their actions. This ain't a common thing. 40 years of life, yes, to just be glazed over. It's like, this is why a lot of men don't show their vulnerabilities. This is why a lot of men don't. Here's a man that's expressing his emotions, and it's getting like a joke. This is a representation that he's literally pouring his heart out to the woman that supposedly loves him, that supposedly understands him. Yet, what does she do? It's just really a joke. It really is. You know, that's the funny thing of it.
Recently, I covered this video where a man has a pretty poignant moment with a spool of wire where he realizes that he's had it for about 40 years and it's running out, and he kind of has this clash with mortality, only for his wife to kind of take the piss out of him by coming out and making fun of him for it. Well, the wife Cindy has responded, but she's only made things worse. So in this video, Cindy basically explains, you guys just don't have a sense of humor. Dan is fine. But the video is
A sense of humor. This is a thing where, honestly, because women don't view men as emotional or can have emotions, can express emotions, they view it as a joke. They view men's emotions as a joke. Nothing real. This man can't be vulnerable. This man can't be sad. This man can't have a serious moment, a existential moment. No, he can't. So it must be a joke. So what I'm going to do is joke about it. I want to make light of this vulnerable moment my husband is having. So imagine other men see this. Other men know. This is why men have consistently said, I won't be vulnerable to women. Because they don't take it seriously.
It's made even weirder because of the fact that Dan isn't even there, so all we have is her word to go off of. This video was not well received, with the top comment being, Dan is fine, and he will continue to be fine every time you ask him how he is from here on.
And that's exactly it. Men will just say, I'm fine. Just like at the end of that video, right? The men of that video, he just, whatever. It's fine. This is why men say it's fine. This is why men just like ignore. This is why men don't talk about their emotions. Why bother? Why bother? Why talk about my emotion to a woman that I should be vulnerable with? I should share my emotions with. Because even her, she will make light of it. So why even share it? This is why majority of men don't express their emotions. This is one of the things why I wanted to create this channel. Because I'm fed up with that. I'm fed up with men not being understood, not being allowed to share their emotions, to share their point of views, to be taken seriously, to be taken like, oh, wow, surprise. Men can have emotions. Men can express themselves and actually be respectful of it. I want to show respect for any man that is willing to show his emotions, because we're humans. We should be, it's human to have emotions and to show it.
Out. So then she sends Dan in to make a video, and this makes things even worse because somehow Dan ends up apologizing for all of this, saying that it was unfair for him to blindside his wife with that. Blink twice, Dan! I guess she managed to successfully convince him that if he wants to have an existential crisis, he's gonna have to pencil it in on the family calendar ahead of time. It's just times like this, especially as the mother of a son, that I wish so many guys didn't fall for the whole happy wife, happy life, the wife is always right, just say sorry even if you didn't do anything wrong trope. Dan, you didn't do anything wrong. And Cindy, now you have to apologize to Dan twice. Recently I covered...
It is sad. It really is. The world does not care about men. The world does not care about men. Let's listen to even the last thing she said. Let's listen to the last thing she said.
I guess she managed to successfully convince him that if he wants to have an existential crisis, he's going to have to pencil it in on the family calendar ahead of time. It's just times like this, especially as the mother of a son, that I wish so many guys didn't fall for the whole happy wife, happy life, the wife is always right, just say sorry even if you didn't do anything wrong.
Those words, those lines, every man knows them. Every man knows them. Especially every American man. Every man knows those words. Because the world does not care about men. Men are just needed to be used. That's it. It's who cares about men's happiness? Who cares about men's mental health? Who cares about men's feelings, men's wants, men's desires? No. It's always the women. It's always the women. This is the thing where a lot of men are suffering because the world does not care. The world does not give a shit about men. It doesn't. And it's just, it's tiring and sad. It really is. You know, things like that just infuriates me. It really does. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yes, and you know that's the thing where sad, she's just using her husband as content. Really, she's not caring about his emotions, not caring about his feelings, he's just content to her. We are new slaves to the hard work. That's the thing. Average men, average men, average men, average good men are the underdogs. They are the slaves. Yeah, let's check out chapter 2. Let's check out chapter 2.
What is man? Basically, a man is a human being who works, and who, by working, provides for himself, his wife, and his wife's children. A woman, on the other hand, is a human being who does not work, or at least only intermittently. Most of the time she provides neither for herself, nor for her children, let alone for her husband. Any qualities in a man which a woman might find useful, she chooses to call masculine. All others, which are of no use to her, or to anyone else for that matter, she chooses to call effeminate. A man's appearance has to be masculine if he wants to be successful with women. And that means it'll have to be geared to his one and only raison d'etre, which is work. His appearance must conform to each and every task put to him, and he must always be able to fulfill it. Except at night, when the majority of men wear striped pajamas with a minimum of pockets, men wear a kind of uniform. This is made of lasting, stain-resistant material in brown or grey. The uniforms or suits have up to 10 pockets in which men carry instruments and tools indispensable for their work. Since a woman does not work, her night-or-day clothes rarely contain pockets. On social occasions, men are permitted to wear black, although it is a less practical colour, showing as it does marks and stains. However, at such times men are less likely to get them dirty. Moreover, the bright colours worn by women show to advantage against it. The occasional red or green formal clothes worn by men are acceptable though. By contrast, all the real men present seem so much more masculine. The rest of a man's appearance is also adapted to his situation. His hair is kept so that a quarter of an hour's visit to the barber every 2-3 weeks is sufficient to keep it looking tidy. Curls...
Yo, Merry Christmas, why? Thank you for stopping by, bro.
Well, since he often works in the open air or spends a considerable amount of time in it, complicated styles will only be a nuisance. Anyway, such styles would not necessarily be a success with women, for in contrast to them, they never judge the opposite sex from an aesthetic point of view. So most men, after some attempts at individuality, realize that women are indifferent to their efforts and revert to one of their longer or shorter standard styles. The same is true of beards. Only oversensitive men, usually those with intellectual pretensions, who want to appear mentally tough by letting their facial hair grow indiscriminately, wear a full beard for any length of time. It'll be tolerated by women though, for a beard is an important indication of a man's character, and therefore of the way in which he might be most easily exploited. His field of work will usually be that of the neurotic intellectual. Generally, a man uses an electric razor for about 3 minutes every morning to keep his beard in check. For his skin, soap and water are considered good enough. All that is required of his countenance is cleanliness and an absence of makeup, so that everyone can see what he is like. That only leaves his nails. The one important thing about them is that they should be as short as possible for work. Apart from a wedding ring, which is worn to show that he is already being used by a particular woman for a particular purpose, a proper man wears no ornaments. His clumsy
That is insane. That is one of the most insane things I've ever heard. A wedding ring on a man is to show that he is being used by a particular woman. That is insane. I'm absolutely... That is disgusted. That is really disgusting to me. To even view men like that. I mean, this is a thing where it shows you that I've seen this, how, and I've said this, men are, he's owned, right? Men are viewed as tools. Literally, it's like, this is funny. This is funny that women consistently complain that, oh, men objectify women. You're no better. Women are no better. Women are no better. They're not angels. They literally view men as tools. A wallet, a hammer, a screwdriver, a forklift, literally a tool to be used. This is, I mean, it's like, yes, I know, this is Esther Villar. The absolute insanity. It's literally disgusting. It really is.
Functional watch worn on the wrist is hardly decorative, heavy in design, waterproof, shock resistant, and including a dial for the date, it cannot possibly be called an ornament. What's more, it's usually been given to him by the woman for whom he works. Shirts, underwear, and socks for real men.
Given by the woman for who he works. So I guess who he works for.
Have been reduced to such a basic norm that one man's differs from another's only in size. They can be bought in any shop without difficulty or loss of time. Only in ties is there any degree of freedom. And then a man is usually so unused to making a choice that he lets his woman buy them for him. Anyone visiting this earth from another planet would think it a man's object in life to look as much like each other as possible. Yet, to fulfill women's purposes, masculinity and male usefulness vary to a considerable degree, and they have to. For women who hardly ever work, need a man for everything. There are men who carefully maneuver a large limousine out of the garage at 9 o'clock every morning. Others leave an hour earlier, traveling by the standard family car. Still others leave when it's not even yet light, wearing overalls and carrying parcels of sandwiches under their arms to catch buses, tubes, or trains to factories or building sites. By one of these tricks of fate, it's always the latter, the poorest in fact, who are exploited by the least attractive women. For unlike women, who have an eye for money, men only notice women's external appearance. Therefore, the more desirable women within their own class are always being snatched away from under their noses by men who happen to earn more. No matter what work a given man does or how he spends his day, he has one thing in common with every other man. He spends it in a degrading manner, and he himself does not gain by it. It's not his own livelihood that matters, for he would have to struggle far less for that, since luxuries don't mean anything to him anyway. It's the fact that he does it for the sake of others that makes him so tremendously proud. He will undoubtedly have a photograph of his wife and children on his desk and will miss no opportunity to hand it around. No matter what a man's job may be, bookkeeper, doctor, bus driver, or managing director, every moment of his life will be spent as a cog in a huge and pitiless system, a system designed to exploit him to the utmost and until his dying day. It may be interesting to add up figures and make them tally, but surely not year in and year out. How exciting it must be to be able to drive a bus through a busy town, but always the same route, the same time, in the same town, day after day, year after year. What a magnificent feeling of power to know that countless workers move at one's command. But how would one feel if one suddenly realized one was their prisoner and not their master? We've all long ceased to play the games of childhood. Even as children, we soon became bored and changed from one game to another. But a man is like a child who is condemned to play the same game for the rest of his life. The reason is obvious. As soon as he's discovered to have a gift for one thing rather than another, he's made to specialize. We have all long ceased to play the games of childhood. Even as children, we soon became bored and changed from one game to another. But a man is like a child who is condemned to play the same game for the rest of his life. The reason is obvious. As soon as he is discovered to have a gift for one thing rather than another, he's made to specialize. Then, because he can earn more money by working in that field, he's forced to do it forever. If he was good at arithmetic in school, if he had a head for figures, he'll be sentenced to a lifetime of figure work as a bookkeeper, mathematician, or computer operator, for there lies his maximum working potential. Therefore, he will add up figures, press buttons, and add up more figures, but he will never be able to say, "Enough of this, I've had it. Now I'll go do something else." The woman who's exploiting him will not really permit him to look for something else. After a desperate struggle to stave off his competitors, he may, driven by this woman, be able to improve his position and perhaps even make it as the head clerk, or even the manager of his bank. But isn't the price he's paying for his highest salary rather too high? A man who changes his way of life, that is, changes his profession, for life and work are synonymous concepts to him, is considered unreliable. If he does it more than once, he becomes an outcast of society and remains alone. For society is nothing else but women. The fear of being rejected by society must be very considerable. Why else would a doctor who, as a child, liked to observe guppies in a jam jar, consent to spend his life opening up nauseating growths and examining and pronouncing on human excretions? Why else would he concern himself night and day with people of such repulsiveness that everybody else is driven away? Would a pianist who, as a child, liked to tinkle on the piano really enjoy playing the same Chopin piece over and over again for the rest of his life? Would a politician who, when still a schoolboy, happened not only to stumble across the techniques of manipulating people, but managed to use them successfully, really want to go on as an adult, mouthing words and phrases as an unimportant political functionary? Would he want to continue to contort his face and play the fool and listen to all the idiotic chatter of his socially inferior competitors? Surely he too must have dreamed of a different kind of life. And even if he became President of the United States, wouldn't the price still be too high? No, one can hardly assume men do all this for pleasure and without feeling a desire for change. They do it because they have been manipulated into doing it. Their whole life is nothing but a series of conditioned reflexes, a series of animal acts. A man who is no longer able to perform these acts, whose earning capacity is lessened, is considered a failure. Indeed, he stands to lose everything: wife, family, home, his whole purpose in life. All the things, in fact, which give him security. Of course, one might say that a man who has lost his capacity for earning money is automatically freed from his burden and should be glad about this happy ending. But freedom is the last thing that he wants. He functions, as we shall see later, according to the principle of...
You know, one of the things that I think about is that a lot of men are shackled to the burden of providing. A lot of men are shackled to the burdens of providing, and I think that is why a lot of men have suffered, because they are finding it difficult to provide, and they make everything about it providing. This is why I've promoted men to level up for yourself. Work, save, invest, create the life for yourself. You know, be in a position where you can find your own happiness. Women are only an added plus. But when you make your world all about women, I think it will suffer. I think a lot of men are suffering because we have always made our world about women. This is a thing where we need to strive for better for ourselves. You know, be happy, you know, or find your contentment in whatever, you know, whatever it is that will make your life a little bit more fulfilled. Not just make money so you have women, you know, buy things so you can have women, all these things so you can have women. I think that mindset has made a lot of men suffer. Fool to love you. Yes, I heard it. I heard that the Frank Sinatra song. That's a classic. So I definitely understand that.
We're growing up. I grew up like the man is supposed to take care of the woman. The man is supposed to go up to the girls. Like the man is supposed to have drive and initiate everything. Like
to go along with that, here's the thing where men, alright bros, this is a clip where it just shows you that men are always beholden to social norms. It's always what men should always do this, men should always this. Men are always put in a box, right? So this is a perfect clip for that.
men are not like how they were when our parents were growing up. I grew up like the man is supposed to take care of the woman. the man is supposed to go up to the girls. Like the man is supposed to have drive and initiate everything. Like I feel like now it's so hard to find guys that like even just in general have drive in life. Like I feel like it's so different. When did this change? When did this change? Anyways, I just feel like there's no manly men.
Yeah, great. I'm glad you noticed. Because I kind of feel like that too when I look at your generation. And I wonder, if it maybe had something to do with feminists calling them toxic and telling them that women didn't need them. Just a thought.
She's probably in her early 20s.
Just maybe that had something to do with thinking maybe 60 years of these, kind of crones, these feminist crones telling men we don't need you anymore. We can make it on our own. We want, your positions. We want your jobs. We want to do what you do. And then men started to say, okay, well, how about I dress up in a skirt and do what you do and call myself a woman?
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter.
You eliminated yourselves. You eliminated yourselves. Men didn't do that. Men were in line to support you, in line to take care of you, in line to show you how strong and competent they were. You told them you hated them. They went away. What do you expect? I have a suggestion. Dump the feminism. Dump the ideas. Don't echo the feminism. Announce by the way you dress, by the way you behave, by not cursing, by not piercing, by not tattooing, by wearing skirts and looking lovely and keeping yourself clean and neat and taking care of your body and not just giving it to any guy who comes along. Announce that feminism is over and it will end. It is in your power. This is in your power, and men will come running back.
Men are not.
Big facts. Yo, Skull! Merry Christmas, bro. That's big facts. This is a thing where women are the ones who change. Men have adapted. Men didn't essentially change. They adapt. That's the thing. Women are the ones who change. Women are the ones who have changed society. Women. They have changed themselves, and in turn, they have changed society. Men are forced. Men have been forced to adapt. Not because men wanted to change. It's because men are forced to adapt to the changing that women have done. This is the thing. The power is in women's hand. The power is in women's hands, not men. Men are just adapting to the consequences of women's actions and words. That's the thing. Where a lot of people, especially women, don't understand. It's not men's fault. Not one bit. It is 100% women's fault. For the women that are complaining about men nowadays, I'm sorry, it's 100% your fault. You cannot say anything how it's any man's fault. Women have changed. Men are only adapting to the change. Exactly. Women have changed things, yet they take no accountability for the changes they make. They just blame men. That's it. They're just blaming men.
Like how they were when our parents were growing up. I grew up like that.
Like men aren't masculine like when your parents are grown up. Are you saying you are like the women? Are you like, this is the thing. Modern day women have 100 times more the bodies, right? 100 times more sexual experience than their moms, let alone their grandmoms. Hell, they have 100 more sexual experience than the men around them. Women are 100 times more masculine than their mothers, than their grandmothers. They are 100%, or I don't know, 100,000, right, percent less feminine than their mothers, than their grandmothers. That's the thing. This is the thing where it's not one way. Oh, the men are not masculine like when our fathers. Yeah, because you have changed. Every generation of women, it gets worse. They get more masculine. They gain more bodies under them. They get more attitude. They lose femininity as every generation goes on. Yeah, I mean, it's like, seriously, hearing the numbers of bodies these women have, it's insane. It's insane. So these women nowadays are not like their mothers, let alone, they're definitely not like their grandmothers. So to even say, oh, men are not this, men are that, seriously, could you say that you are anything like your mother, your grandmother? No. So the audacity to say men aren't like our men of the past is insane. Absolutely insane. Like, look in the fucking mirror.
The man is supposed to take care of the woman. The man is supposed to go up to the girls. Like, the man is supposed to have drive and initiate everything.
And you can hear that. Men are supposed to do this. Men. Never once. That's the thing. Lack of accountability. It's like, it's either you're selfish or you put all the blame on men. Men are supposed to do this. Men are supposed to do that. Men. This is the thing where you take no accountability. You take no accountability. Women are they're less homemakers. They're less nurturing. They're less feminine, less ladylike, less obedient, less submissive. So really, it's like men are just adapting. It's like you are saying you're strong, independent. You're saying you don't need no man. You're saying, oh, men are good enough. Yo, renegade. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys have a good Christmas. Thank you for joining, my brothers.
I feel like now it's so hard to find guys that, like, even just in general have drive in life. Like, I feel like it's so different. When did this change? Anyways, I just feel like there's no manly men.
Yeah, great. I'm glad you noticed.
And like he's saying, yeah, it changed at the start of feminism. And it gets worse every generation. It gets worse every generation because this feminist ideology just gets stronger and stronger. More and more women are trashing men, saying they don't need men, saying they do everything. They could do everything themselves. It gets worse with every generation.
Because I kind of feel like that too when I look at your generation, and I wonder, if it maybe had something to do with feminists calling them toxic and telling them that women didn't need them. Just a thought, maybe that had something to do with thinking maybe 60 years of these, kind of crones, these feminist crones, telling men we don't need you anymore. We can make it on our own. We want, your positions. We want your jobs. We want to do what you do. And then men's.
And that's the thing where women don't understand. You have years trying to replace men, trying to put down men, trying to belittle men. And you think there's no consequences to that shit? This is the entitlement, the audacity of a lot of women, where they think that there's no consequences to their actions and words. That is insane. That is insane. To think that you are trying to take men's career positions, okay, and at the same note, belittle men. At the same note, say you don't need men. Say at the same note that men are trash. And you think there's no consequences to those.
So to say, okay, well, how about I dress up in a skirt and do what you do and call myself a woman?
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and...
Why I said this, when I was younger, the only support group men needed was a beer and their friends at a party every weekend. You know what? That's the thing where this, thank you guys, right? All the guys that are in here, your support group right here. I wanted to have this stream tonight because I want to support you guys. That's the thing. I'm here for you guys.
You eliminated yourselves. You eliminated yourselves. Men didn't do that. Men were in line to support you, in line to take care of you, in line to show you how strong and competent they were. You told them you hated them. They went away. What do you expect? I have a suggestion. Dump the feminism. Dump the ideas. Don't echo the feminism. Announce by the way you dress, by the way you behave, by not cursing, by not piercing, by not tattooing, by wearing skirts and looking lovely and keeping yourself clean and neat and taking care of your body and not just giving it to any guy who comes along. Announce that feminism is over and it will end. It is in your power.
Not just that. Divorce is filed by women 80%. 80% of women are filing for divorces. Okay? The divorce rate, okay? The people that file for divorce 80% of the times are women. Even when you give women marriages, you try to be good husbands, you try to be providers and protectors, women will still replace your ass. Women will still get bored of you. Women will still think they deserve better than you. Right? That's the feminist mindset. They deserve better. They deserve better. When they feel like they deserve better, boom, divorce right away. Don't listen to propaganda of women thinking, oh, men cheat, or men cheat. That's why the majority of divorces are happening. No, they're not. In my opinion, and I think it's proven with a lot of reasonings for divorce, the majority of the time is women are bored of the man. Women think they can do better than the man they married. Women think that, they're better off without him. That's the thing. One of the biggest things that feminists does is that they think that they don't need men. They don't think they need men. And that is absolutely very ruining to a lot of men. Where you don't care. You don't care. You will ruin good men. You will destroy good men. And that's disgusting. Yes, all you guys are amazing. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, I wanted to have tonight's stream so we could chat, we could watch whatever we could watch, right? I had a lot of requests for different kind of videos, so it was good. Yo, Just, thank you for stopping by, bro. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. Yo, Just, you're amazing. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Love you. Yes, everybody, you guys are amazing. I can't express how much I care about all you guys. I honestly, this is not no, yes, definitely support. This is not no, I guess social media or influencer shit. No, it's really, I wanted to create this community to show that, there's somebody that actually care for other men. I care about the struggles of other men. I want other men to know that they have some support. Okay? Because I was there. I've been there where I had days of just not even saying a word. Okay? Days of not saying a word because no one talked to you. You have no one to talk to. You have really no friends. You have really nobody. And that's the thing where I didn't want that feeling for other people. I wanted a place where, we could, express our views, express our emotions, express our thoughts, hang out with each other, on lonely times, be there for each other. That's what I wanted. I wanted other people to know that, you're not alone. Yes, maybe someone's not there physically with you, but how could women be there emotionally, but men can't? My heart is there for every single one of my brothers. My heart is there with every single one of my brothers. That's why I'm happy to share this holiday with you guys. Literally, you guys are my family. I swear. This is my fam. This is my fam right here. Why I support you guys. I care about you guys. I want the best for you guys. I will, do what I can to, support you guys, to encourage you guys, right? Because I believe every one of my followers are good average men. right? Because here's the thing. The world talks about the high value men, the top tier men, the rap, the athletes, all these kind of men that they're not regular men. No one cares about the average guys. No one cares about the good average guys because those guys are always the underdogs. Those guys are what the world use as fodder. The world use as tools to be abandoned. The world will use those men as stepping stones. That's the thing, where women will use these men, good average men, as stepping stones until if they can find the high value men, the top tier men. If those men come into, boom, average men are left behind. Average men are now useless. That's the thing where why I wanted to create this channel so I can encourage or let other men know that you have support. You have support. You have a voice. Okay? We have channels that talk about, high value men, alpha men, all this shit. It's like, no, that's what my label for people is not alpha men, high value men. No, it's good average men. Because most men are average men. And in my opinion, most average men, most men are good men. We're just, no one cared about us. No one cares about us. No one wants to hear our voice. No one wants to hear our emotions, hear our thoughts. No one cares. So, that's why on this holiday, on this Christmas day, I want you guys to know that I do care. The chat cares about all you guys. This channel is here for, to care about you guys. So that's what I want you guys to know, right? So know that I do care. I love you guys, right? So, it was a good night. Great lot of videos. Anthony, thank you for stopping by. Why? You're amazing. Big Bars, Skull, Just, all you guys. Renegade, you were here. Whiskey was here too. Thank you for all the love and support, right? Thank you for all the love and support. You guys are, well, we're about to be off anyway, so I wish you all a great, amazing Christmas. Know that you guys are loved. Know that you guys are amazing and special. You guys are not, just cannon fodder, right? Cannon fodder. So you guys are amazing. I care for you guys. I do love you guys. You guys are amazing. So again, Merry Christmas. You guys have a good holiday. See you guys in the next live. Later, guys. All my brothers. Later.